Artisan Crafted from Turkey. It's the sterling Telkari Filigree cross pendant. It is 2 1/8 inches in length, 1 1/8 inch in width. Sold out last day presented, which was in June of last year. Why does it take so long? These are Artisan Crafted. And Peyton Kelly joins us. He is our QVC graduate gemologist. I can't talk.
You've been talking a lot.
You know what? It's because of Danny and the pasta ring. That's
Oh,
what
right.
did it to me. Now I'm hungry, gemologist. Tell us now, there are two countries that I'm fascinated with jewelry, Israel and Turkey.
Right.
They are so beyond unique. And this cross, you can really see it. Now, you're going to put it with your own chain. It does not come with a chain. You can put it on a beautiful beaded cord like that. You can put it on a leather cord on your own chain. J270080. So why, I mean, June of last year.
June of last year.
We're into August.
Well, Artisan Crafted at QVC means that every single piece was made by hand and also constructed and assembled by hand. No machinery at all. True Artisan Crafted. Definitely a dyeing. You're not seeing a lot of it. It takes us longer and longer whenever we're doing anything. And this is incredible. You know, Telkari is an embroidery term. It actually means weaving. And when you look at this, you can see what they do is they start with high polished, large areas of solid sterling silver, and then they go in and they weave twisted wire of sterling silver in each of those larger areas. There are actually 7 layers of workmanship on this cross.
And there's texture. The swirls that you see throughout, the beautiful bail at the top. Now, you do need to provide your own chain. Now, let me explain to you one other thing. We sold out of this last June of last year. It's top rated. Because they are so particular in their work, we were not able to get a lot in, even now in August, just over a year later, because they are such perfectionists. Is this something that is passed down generation to generation?
Passed down generation to generation. It actually came along the Silk Road back in ancient times.
Oh.
They learned it from there. But actually, there's a group of Assyrian Christians in Turkey in what was ancient Assyria.
Yes.
And this is in a town called Midyat. So I've been there. We stayed in the monastery that was built in the 4th century. Met with it's just incredible to see these folks. They are so dedicated and so religious. So Artisan Crafted from Assyrian Christians in Turkey. It's a dying breed. The younger generation,
wow,
they're just not doing it.
They're losing that.
They're losing it.
There are some of the reviews on the bottom of your screen. Now, listen, I don't know how in the world this could be $40 with a handmade design, with this amount of detail that, like you said, is done like an embroidery, like a stitching. All of the texture, the beaded finish, the way that it wraps around. I love the way that the cross comes up here at the bottom. And Peyton knows that I love my jewelry of faith. And this is something that is just $40. I would have thought this, I mean, easily 150, 200, I mean,
right.
Easily.
It's a large cross. And when you see the detail on it, you know, and Turkey is important because it's after the crucifixion, it's believed that St. John took Mary there to live out her days. So there's a lot of religious history coming from Turkey.
What?
And you can see that in the detail. And by the way, right in the middle, you have a flower, which represents an almond flower, which is the first to bloom in the spring, which means it represents the resurrection. It represents new birth.
Oh my gosh.
So much symbolism. See the flower right in the middle of the cross?
Oh, Peyton. See, this is why we love Peyton, and now we're keeping him here on the air with us all the time, because he tells us these amazing stories that go behind every single piece. And to talk about the resurrection, to talk about the renewal, I mean, just to have a story like that to share with somebody.
Right. Well, and to know, you know, who actually made it. They made it by hand. They made it based on their faith, you know, and their beliefs. And when you see this, you see the different almond shapes, which are mentioned, of course, 9 times in the Bible, almonds.
Yes.
And then you have the almond flower in the middle, you know, representing spring. But look at it. You see how it's not flat. You see the dimension on it?
We have 900 remaining. That's it. $40. They sold out well over a year ago. The dimension, by the way, has a little domed effect so that it gives that beautiful presence, like you said, of that blooming almond flower.
Right. And by the way, if you go to the jewelry forum on .com, I posted some pictures of Midyat where this is actually made.
Oh, did
and a little bit of the story. So if you want to know more about the story, go to the jewelry forum. It's under Peyton's Place on the jewelry forum. It's a brand new thing I'm doing.
Brilliant.
On the jewelry forum.
Are there any pictures of the 4th century monastery? That's what I'd like to see.
And also the cell where I stayed in the monastery. So you go to the jewelry forum, click on it, you'll see the cell, you'll see the monastery, and you'll see this beautiful town in ancient Assyria.
I can't imagine what that experience would be
Well,
like.
to be there, really the cradle of civilization and the cradle of Christianity, you know, and to see these artisans that are doing this by hand, every single piece of this solid sterling silver, but all done by hand.
Now, the necklace does not come with it, the chain. You need to provide your own chain. We do have other chains in the show, yes, but you can put it with a leather cord, your own chain, etc., whatever you would like to do. It's taken us well over a year to get this back because they're all handcrafted. When you see Artisan Crafted, they're made by hand. All of these scrolls, all of the texture, all of the, like you said, the embroidery threading that goes through it, those individual sections of sterling silver, those have to be then hand applied.
Those have to be hand applied, but also hand done.
And hand
what they
the
did
same
is they
size.
formed the wire themselves by hand, and then they twisted. I saw it, they actually attached it to an old hand egg beater and twisted it by hand. So that's their modern facility.
They don't go with new techniques.
No.
This is the
all
backside.
done by hand. And look at it from the side. Do you see the dimension of it? Do you see? And look at that, every single piece
That's the
by
backside.
hand. That's the backside. Look how beautiful it is. And you know, they're so proud of their work because it does have great meaning. See from the side, see of the dimension on it. Look at the flower right in the middle. And by the way, look at the loops of the flower. Those are not individual loops. That is a loop that they've done over
Wow.
and over and over, which represents infinity.
Infinity, life everlasting. We started with over 1,500. We have 600 remaining. They are top rated. They sold out the last day presented, which was in June of last year. We weren't able to get in as many as we would like for this presentation to be able to have this today. And I still cannot fathom how we were able to even get this for $40.
Well, you know, we go there, we work directly with the artisans, and you know, when you see them, they have, you know, they're set up in their home. These are not factories. They set up their family units within the home. You know, the father will be doing one thing, the mother will be doing, the aunt, the uncle, they'll all do different parts of it, and then the master will actually assemble it into this incredible cross.
So when we transfer that kind of money over into the money that they have, does that equal a lot of money for them?
Absolutely, it
So-
goes right to them.
Okay, good.
It improves their life. And one of the great things about going there, you know, over the years is watching and seeing the way it's improved their lives, you know, which is so important.
They're happy. And they don't take, say, the easy way out and go, well, we're going to find a
No.
machine to do this. We're going to find something easier. I love what you said, like an egg beater to be able to create some of these pieces. All of that done by hand, every single piece in Turkey, top rated. $40 is absolutely unheard of. And if there's any left, you know where I will be going.
Good. Well, you know, I gave this to my mother 2 years ago for Christmas. And it's her favorite cross. She wears it all the time. And Mom, if you're watching,
Hi,
you know,
Mom.
here's your cross. And it's taken us, like you said, it's taken us over a year to get this back because look at the intricacy.
Who would
look at the
think?
detail.
When you tell somebody this is handmade in Turkey and it's $40, even the retail value at $50 is ridiculous. This could be, okay, sorry, I'm going up. Now I'm saying it could be $200. Handmade. If I tried to do this, please, it would look like a preschool, you know, project. and it would look absolutely horrible. This is, my daughter would be, well, she is being an artist. She would do a better job at this for her to be able to, this would be fascinating for so many people to get inspired of making jewelry. We started with over 1,500. We're down to our final 300. And I cannot believe the workmanship
I know.
here.
And please enjoy it. It's a treasure.
Share the love, share the beauty, share the hope, share your faith in that beauty. I'm just holding on to this, just over here. By the way, we have Extraordinary Life. We do have cross section. We do also have for you